I'm going to start by priming my eyebrow with Urban Decay Shadow Primer Potion. The key to this is to not put too much, because if you put too much, your eyebrows are going to look very caked on, and that's not a cute natural look. So I only put a little bit, and I'm going to rub it between my fingers and distribute on both, concentrating in the front. Okay, I'm going to be using this Bare Minerals brow color in the color Pale Ash Blonde. I have Pale Ash Blonde. I actually bought this before I had my hair highlighted, when my hair was still pretty naturally dark brown. But I just don't like really dark eyebrows, because I feel like, you know, they don't look so natural unless you have naturally thick, full eyebrows. So I always like the lighter colors, and you could always build on the color if you want more coverage. So it's a powder like this, and I'm going to be using, believe it or not, I'm not going to be using an eyebrow brush. I'm going to be using, this actually came with the Naked 2 palette. It's just, it looks like a little dome brush, and it looks kind of like a concealer brush or something like that. I don't know. But I'm going to take a little bit of this powder on it, and then I'm going to just take my lid, tap it in the lid, just to get the excess color off. Okay, so now we have it. I'm going to start right here, and you just watch how I fill them in. It's pretty self-explanatory if you follow along. I'm going to follow my natural eyebrow line on both the tops and bottom, just tapping back into my lid to pick up more color. Working your way down. You want to make sure you don't go too far in, because we're going to do some shaping. Then in the center, I'm just going to take my brush like this, sideways, and just draw kind of a line. And then that's where you know that's where you have to follow. So connect that line to the rest of your brows. And just blend. And it's really okay if you feel like, you're going outside your natural brow line too much. We're going to touch that up at the end. I don't like so much color at the wing, if that's what you call it. I don't know. I don't like too much color, just very natural. Like that. And I'm going to do the other brow, and I'll be right back. Okay, now I've done both eyebrows. They may look a little bit dark, but here's what I'm going to do. You could take either a face brush or a blush brush or just anything. I'm going to be using the other side of this brush that came with the Naked 2 palette, and I'm just going to be buff, I don't know, but you'll see. Just again, it's okay if you go outside the lines. This isn't kindergarten coloring. You're allowed to do that sometimes. Okay, so now when you have your eyebrows like that, you're going to take your concealer. This is MAC NC 15, which is pretty light. And you're just going to go right under the arch and clean it up. People say to do it with like a thin concealer brush or even an eyeliner brush, but I feel like it makes them look too sharp, and I'm not a fan of that over-exaggerated arch, which is kind of ironic because I have a really weird arch. That's what happens when you tweeze your brows yourself your whole life. You end up looking like a permanent villain of a super character crap thing, yeah. So you could just see I'm just shaping them around. and then in the center. And then blending. I'm going to do the other brow again, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the final eyebrow look. They say if you have blonde hair, you should do your eyebrows 2 shades darker, and if you have dark hair, you should do your eyebrows 1 shade lighter. I'm pretty sure that that's what it is, but I'm not too sure, but that's what I think it is. So yeah, so I really think that this color works for me, and if you have a similar hair color, this color is definitely something that you might want to look into buying. The powder I find is a lot easier to use than pencil or an eyebrow marker, which pencils and markers I like to stay away from because I feel you have to be really, really skilled and know how to blend, and you have to have a light hand and a feathery hand in order to make it look super natural, and I just find that powders are more forgiving. So yeah, so if you want, you can seal this up with a brow gel. I don't do that so much because I feel like, the concealer holds it on enough and the hairs don't move too much, so I think this is pretty good. Before we go, I just want to share a quick tip with you. I have been trying to grow my eyebrows in because, my whole life, starting since, for maybe the past 6 years since I maybe started doing my eyebrows, I've always done them myself. I've maybe only gotten them done professionally twice, and as a result of doing them myself, they have been overplucked. And, they're a lot better than they used to be. Maybe I just think they look better because they're filled in right now, but I'm trying to regrow them and get them back to a somewhat natural eyebrow shape. So I was doing some research online of things, natural remedies, things to put on your eyebrows to make them grow. So I was reading, there are certain oils, this, that, whatever. And then I, looked at this oil that I had for my hair. It's Brazilian keratin treatment therapy, anti-breakage serum. So, I figured whatever, it's good for your hair, it's good for your eyebrows. So I read in the back, I was reading the ingredients, and it has a whole bunch of things that I can't pronounce. But then it has something that's, I'm not even going to pronounce it, but the translation to it is actually cocoa butter and coconut oil and avocado oil, which is pretty funny because when I was doing my research, the main ingredients in, like, the main oil-based, do you know what I mean, the main oils that are good for your eyebrows and hair growth and whatever are coconut oils and avocado oils and all that stuff. So I figured, why can't I just put this on my eyebrows? So for the past week before I go to bed, I put it on a Q-tip, this serum, just a little bit, not too much, and I just put it on my eyebrows, and I wake up in the morning and my eyebrows feel a lot softer. And I have noticed though that my hair is regrowing, not quicker, but it's just coming in more nicely and less like wild, and it's coming in, right underneath the arch, which is where I really want it to come in. And I found that, oh, stupid me, it says right on the front it has coconut oil in it. Wow.